But either way, we've been waiting for him. We announced his fight earlier. We got the man himself, the champ, Jayden Curley. Let's go. What's going on, my man?
What's up, boys? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. What are you, in the sauna?
No, I'm in the home gym right now. I'm looking at the sauna though. I can see it across the room, but it's
You
all
got,
set up, ready to go.
you got the home gym?
Oh yeah, no, it's like I got a little like detached garage from my house, so I fixed this thing up, dude. And yeah, I got a couple bags in here, pull-up bars, stuff like that. It's perfect for me.
Got to keep that physique going, right?
I mean, come on, yeah, I know.
So, obviously, riding high, 2 events ago, picked up that title, huge knockout. I don't know if we've spoken since then on the show, but, let's go back a few months to capturing that title and what that feeling was, the experience was. Actually, we did talk on Table Titans, I think, but, just kind of quickly, let's go back and recap what that feeling was like to get that big knockout and finally capture that belt around your waist.
It felt great, man. I mean, especially like it felt good right from the moment I hit him, like I hit him with that stuff and he went down and I hit him with the ground and pound. And once I got pushed off, I was kind of like, holy shit, like, let's go. And then, but I can't even really remember exactly how I felt because, it only lasts like, if you're really about this shit, like it only lasts like a day or two, man. And then like, it's right back to it. Like I felt good for maybe 2 days, like, I'm the champ, this and that. That's all like, that goes away pretty quick, man. Like I'm ready to get back into it in 18 seconds. Like it's cool to get a knockout in 18 seconds, but I'm trying to actually get in there and, scrap, get some experience. So I like this opponent that I have coming up. I respect him. I was listening a little bit earlier and, I like the guy. He seems like a nice guy. So hopefully, we'll just keep it professional and, scrap hard.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's a disciplined mindset you're taking back after that win right there, because when you knocked out Gavin O'Connell, I can only surmise the adrenaline spike that must have let in. And to hear you say that only lasts at this level, only lasts a little while before you're back to the drawing board and back to business. So that's a scary premise to think of. And I think that's a good testament to how focused you are right here. Do you think this is going to be your last amateur fight, if that's how your mindset is right now?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's time to start getting paid for real, I mean, and obviously, I can only find so many more fights. I mean, we got this guy from Colorado, which is awesome. I love this opponent. Like, this is great. I'm so excited for this, and I'm glad that you guys are able to find somebody. But going forward, I'm looking up. I love fighting for Cage Titans. Like I don't want to fight anywhere else right now, but I don't just want a Cage Titans amateur title. I want more than that. So I want more for myself than just to be the Cage Titans amateur champion.
Absolutely, man. I love that. And that's nothing we want more for our fighters as well. It's like, hey, listen, these belts are cool, but if that's all it means, just if you want the coolness factor, they're $495. I can buy you one. You can be cool. Like if your goal is to get to the show, we want to help you there. And we're a rung on the ladder to get you there. So all respect to you for that mindset. I love that about you. But you were kind of cool. Look at that back, man. You're gonna hit. Were you happy that you hit the back exercises before the last show when you saw your name on when you saw your back on the poster?
Dude, I'll tell you, I'm gonna thank my coach from high school, Mark DeSanto, for laying the foundation right there, making us do our pull-ups because I never stopped since then.
Yeah, listen, man. When I saw that picture, and I mean, obviously, you guys all saw the Fight Fest poster, so in Vegas and things like that. You can't really see it when I'm showing you, but the way the fans are reacting, the screaming in the background, that picture is it was amazing. It really, that's kind of whenever I'm making the posters, I just go through all the photos and I look for something to kind of catch my eye. And I've gone over my design process. I only use photos from the last event. So that's basically what I do. I go through the thousands of photos that all of our photographers take, and I'm just looking for inspiration, and something grabs me, and then I go from there. And that photo, I think, just captures all the raw emotions. So shout out to your high school coach or whoever you just said that made you do the that made you do the pull-ups.
Yeah, yo, and shout out to my boys for that picture too. I mean, I know that they can get pretty rowdy, but like I hope it shows, how much this means to them. And I would never want to let those guys down, and I won't let those guys down. Those guys mean the world to me. Every single one of those guys that were making noise that night.
Oh yeah, for sure. I want to, when I see you in person, I want to see if you know who this guy in the white shirt is. He's the one that's cheering the most. He's all excited. He's got the bear in his hand. He's got double arms up. It was crazy. But
there's a lot of those guys, yeah.
Dude, honestly, the fans were up making. I mean, I say this story back when I fought. Like, I'll never forget my first fight, and I was on the stool in between rounds, and I'm like, shit, do I really want? And I was winning. I won the first round, but I remember sitting on the stool being like, I'm so fucking tired, man. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get off the stool. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I thought I was going to smash this guy in a round, and now I got to get up and fight again. And I looked around and I heard the crowd that was there for me, and I was like, all right, get up. You got to get up. Like, you can't let these fans down. And it gives you you want to say the fire's inside, and by all means it is, but it doesn't hurt to look around or hear them in the background cheering you on. And you definitely have a great fan base that is there supporting you at every turn.
Yeah. At this point, it's starting to catch on. We kind of got a movement going. So it definitely helps, like, when spirits are low, and as like, I mean, I've been through a lot in this past year, and just in general, and so have a lot of people around here and a lot of people around me, and we all just stick together. We're a community, and we're gonna go to the top together.
The 508, right?
That's right. Yep. And finally get to actually represent against so an outsider from the 508. Someone from Colorado, a guy that's gonna come, try to take everything that I have, and this belt, try to take it away from my family, my friends, my teammates. So we'll we're gonna try to stop him from doing that.
Absolutely. So kind of jump into your opponent. He mentioned that he had some accolades in wrestling as well. Obviously, your background in wrestling is highly documented all the way up through college. I don't speak wrestling terms, but can you break it down for the layman? Like, kind of what, if his kind of background in kind of a comparison kind of to yours, like for the people who don't know the ins and outs of the wrestling world, like, where does his wrestling kind of stack up? I know certain states, you could be the best in one state, but that's a shit state. And you could be the worst in another state, and you would be the best in that state. Like, what is give me the wrestle nerd talk.
All right. I'll give you a little breakdown. So New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, studs. Like, if you're from there, you're a stud. Otherwise, like, the Midwest is tough. Ohio, Iowa, Minnesota, all that area. But other than that, like, it's pretty spread out. You'll have studs everywhere. I mean, like, Massachusetts, where I'm from, has studs. New Mexico, where he said he was from, has studs. And he said, I know he didn't wrestle in college. I wrestled in college, which I think is going to give me the edge in the wrestling game. But I still respect any wrestler, man. Like, if you wrestled 4 years throughout high school, and he said he's been wrestling longer than that, and respect, man. So we'll see whose wrestling's better.
Yeah, nice. Have you dug much into his wrestling, or like, is it just like you heard what he said?
No, I mean, I don't really care about what's going on in the wrestling matches. I mean, the wrestling is that aside, it's just completely different. What would happen between me and him on the wrestling mat it could be completely different from what happens in the cage. So I'm not really that worried about that. And, if he's 25 now, like, that was in high school, I'm not worried. So that's kind of irrelevant to me now, but I'm definitely, he's got a good amount of film. He's got 5 fights. So that's probably something I'm more focused on watching.
That was a great segue. I was actually going to ask you that. Are you the type of fighter that's like, this is what I do and I don't care? Like, I've heard the gamut of people. Like, I'm somebody that studies every bit of film on my opponent. And then I've heard fighters that are like, I don't even care about watching film. It's not what he's going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I don't care what he's going to try to do. Where do you kind of fall on
Well, working with Jair and Tyler and Pete, working with Pete a lot recently. What we do is just, I have a style, we take my style and game plan based off my style, like not everyone can use the same game plan as me, but like anyone with a similar style might be able to. So, just something just simple, just we make a game plan and we work on it. And we also, but can't forget who I am. You got to have your own identity in there and have your own style. So I like working on that a lot with Pete. Pete's a creative dude, and as we all know, he's a little off sometimes. So he definitely shows me the way.
Nice. We all know. And that's great. I think that Pete, in my talkings, and he fought for me before, and that's one thing that I think I enjoy about Pete's philosophy in coaching is that you said it yourself, you're an individual, no one can fight like you can, and there's some schools with the train of thought like you walk in their gym, every fighter's cookie cutter to their style. I think what Pete does a great job of is as a coach, he looks at what you do, what your body type is, and what your styles there, and then he formulates off of that. Everybody's recipes unique, and I appreciate that about him.
Yeah, he's the man, dude. I mean, he's shown me a lot. I like to say like I learned how to touch people. Everyone knows how to throw a punch. I learned how to throw punches along the way, but Pete taught me how to knock somebody out, and obviously we saw that a couple months ago.
Absolutely. Andy, I know your dog's nipping, but I wanted to see if you had anything coming up that you wanted to talk to Jay about. I've been dominating the question asking.
Nah, I mean, followed your career, know what I'm expecting, and you got a huge challenge ahead of you. Both of you, yeah. My dog's only got like an hour of being able to tolerate the phone being used before he moves his
yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah, I
get it.
Yeah, it's. I'm just impressed to listen to you talk and hear the discipline that you're emitting right now, and that just makes me that much more excited about this fight. When he told me about it and said that Emilio, undefeated kid coming from Isaiah Torres' school, it sounds like you guys are both respecting the challenge. And these are some of my favorite fights, these amateur title fights, where this is the real bridge to the next step in your career. I'm going to be studying up on him and watching the film, but this is what I love about my job is getting to see this point. And yeah, no real questions, just remembering your first couple of fights to your first run at the title to where you're at now, and just piggybacking off of that, excited to see what the next moves are. It's going to be a fun fight, Jay. So stay healthy, train up, and can't wait to see how you two holders meet in the middle of gold. So yeah, my phone's about to die anyways, and I don't want to deal with this shit much.
All right,
I'm out of here. Take it easy.
All right, Andy.
Thank you, Andy. Hey, before I go, I'll let you guys get one last look at it right here. There it is.
The
right
belt,
there.
The champ is here. Actually, I was going to ask you, and before I let you go, Isaiah is fighting Valdina, your teammate, and obviously now you're fighting Emilio.
Yeah.
Have you guys had a little bit of fun talk in the gym? Like, hey, listen, we're taking these two guys out, or I saw Isaiah in the comments earlier talking about taking both belts home to Colorado. Valdina threw like a little comment back. Have you guys had a chance to have a little fun with that in the gym? I know it's only fun.
Yeah,
I mean, talked about that.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, that stuff's cute and all, but like, me and Valdina, we keep it pretty business. We keep it straight to the point. I got nothing to say about Emilio. That behind his back or anything. There's no jokes here, man. We're here to fight, and that's it. I'm not a comedian, man. Like I don't know. I'm just here to fight.
I love that. Just old school throwback. Like I don't got a bunch of shit talk. Like I just want to fucking smash your face. That's Jay Curley in a nutshell. All right, well, Jay, we appreciate you calling in, and stay healthy, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, man.
Right, take it easy, Jay Curley.
Champ is out. There you go. All right, Andy, man. I know that dog. Somebody said, Andy, you wearing peanut butter?
No. He's just a pup, and
that's after the show.
He's definitely my dog because I'm not wired to sit still and stare into a phone for an hour straight either. So I get restless myself, and he's the same fucking way. So yeah, that's the one downside. I like not having to drive to Quincy every week, but it is the one downside. I'm just not suited to sit still for long without a couple of beers or some food in front of me or whatnot, or the round table going. This is just that you never see me sitting still. It just doesn't happen. I'm always going. Like I was out with the chainsaw all day today, and then like an hour straight. We're at an hour, 1 minute.
One
Yeah,
minute.
my mind's been spinning for the past 15. So
There you go.